We're going to add a couple things to our website today, and the first thing I'm going to go and do is just check what I'm doing. Okay, Google Sites. All right, so we're going to Google Sites. I'm logged into my Google account, so there's my little icon up there, and here are all my websites. But we want to go to, let's see, which one was I messing with in class? I showed you a couple examples. I'm going to go with this one. So whatever you left off on last time, it will be right there. It kind of saves as you go. Now it doesn't publish as you go, but it saves, and you can, just like in Illustrator or in other programs, you can always use Command Z. So if I go here and I get rid of this and I say, oh wait, I did that on accident, you can do Command Z, right, and it will bring it back. It will undo that last action. Or you can come right up under here where there's little buttons or icons for them to undo or redo the last action. So we're beeping. Let's see what I've done so far on my website. And I saw a lot of yours already. We're looking pretty good. We've got some information in there, and we just want to kind of sum these up before the Thanksgiving break. Today is November 23rd, and here is my title for my website. And I dropped in a title overall for this site, and I put in a background image, and I put in background kind of textures here. All right, image. I just selected an image from the bank that they had. And now I want to drag some stuff in. So I already did this one. Let's drag another image in, but let's get a little bit more specific with what we're dragging in. So I'm going to go to Google Image, and let me back up a couple steps because I have this kind of preset, but I want you to see how it works. So let me go back. Here, let's just go to Google. Okay, so my website has to do with camping, so I'm going to go in here and type in tent, but I want these to be vectors. All right. Remember, we are in a vector-based class, and we're going to put custom vectors on here soon enough. But for right now, we're just going to look for some. So in this case, I'm looking for tent. I'm going to add vector after it. All right, and we're only looking for images. And I'm going to go to Tools. All right, so tent vector, images, and under Tools, under Color, I'm going to choose Transparent. Now, most of the time this works. Sometimes it doesn't, but we'll see. So I like this one right here. Now I'm starting to think about how my colors are going to go together. So this whole thing, when I'm done, it should visually all go together. So I'm kind of trying to keep this this color choice all the way through. It's all greens right now. So I could choose this tent right here, and I'd click on it because that's just the thumbnail. Here's the actual image, and I'm going to just drag it to my desktop. Now, if it says PNG, if that's the extension after it, PNG, then we're in good. Okay, everything is well with the world. If it doesn't have the image and it's just this web address, that's not so hot. Okay, so you don't want to use that one. So this one's great. We've got green, and we're going to try this out. So I've got these images that I already saved over here, and they're all PNGs, meaning they have a transparent background. That's important. And they're all vector images. Okay, they're all simplified. So let me jump back and see what we can do here. So I've got this space. I'm going to move this over a little bit because I want to drop the image right in here. So I'm going to drag this right over. Okay, and there she goes. All right. And the green's all right there. It kind of blends maybe a little bit too much in the background. So I'm going to rethink that. I'm going to trash that for right now. I'm going to try this one. Now, it does have orange in it, but, and maybe that's too much. Maybe that's just too obnoxious, but I'm going to leave it there for right now and add some other information. So now I'm going to have the viewer, so it's not so vertical going straight down through I'm going to kind of put the main title right here. And this is all about layout, folks, if I'm kind of talking all over the place. This is layout and design. The beauty of this is we could try something out and immediately take it away and decide, that was a horrible idea. Let's try something else out. So my main title is centered. Right? But now as I get into some of this information, I might wiggle it around a little bit. So maybe my tent is going to go over, let's do this. Let's move the tent over here, and the dog walking, service over there. This has nothing to do with dog walking, but that's okay. And I'm going to stretch that out. So I'm kind of doing, all right, this is centered, and then I have an image with information, and then information, and then an image. So it starts balancing out back and forth. So visually, it just flows. Right? It looks good. And coming down here, I've got information like here, then maybe I'm going to drag this over. And this is in between personal preference and is it visually successful? Does it look good? So I'm going to put this fire right down here. Now that's a little big. So I'm going to shrink this down. Now the problem we're going to come up with, you're going to see right now. When I shrink it, actually it's shrinking it just fine. Sorry, totally lied to you. Oh no, I'm right. See how it's cutting it off there? Right. So you just have to kind of make choices. Like I want that point there, so it really does have to be stretched out. Now, if we were spending more time with this and we were working with Illustrator in class, then I would have you go and save images. We would build all the images, and you would save them. There we go. So they were exactly the right size. But for right now, while we were apart, we're just doing it this way. Okay. So here's my resume down below, and I'm just going to take it right from Google Docs and copy and paste it right in here because this is all super important information. But and there's a couple of ways to do it. You can either copy and paste it right in here, or we could save it as a PDF, all right, and have it just kind of float on the surface of this that people could look up. But we'll get into that probably tomorrow, the PDF part. So there's how I'm bringing images in, how I search for them, what type. So they're vector, they have a transparent background. All right, oops, let me slide up here. I gotta move along because I don't want this video to be too long. All right, so transparency under color, tools, transparent. We use the word vector in our search. So those are images. Next thing I want to show you is how to do a link real quick. So let's say I want to, right under here, I'm going to put a link on how to set up a tent. So I'm going to go to YouTube, and I'm going to find a YouTube video on how to set up a tent. I'm going to copy this. There's the URL address. Copy that. Command C. I'm coming back here. Here's my text. Here's this little bar here, insert link. Or not bar, it's an icon. Insert link. Now I'm going to paste. I took that link from the URL address, the link, paste it, and this is just going to be the title, or the text title is going to be how to set up a tent. Perfect. And I'm going to center it. I'll make it a little bigger. And I put a period in there. There we go. All right. So there we go, folks. There's a tent, how to set up a tent. Maybe down here there's going to be a link that's going to be how to build a fire. So that's how to bring in links. That's how to, and it doesn't have to just be a video. It could be New York State parks. So get like a New York State Recreation and Historic Preservation. All right. So I want this on my website. So I'm going to do copy, right, I copied the link there. I'm going to go right under here, double click, I choose text. I want to insert the link command, I paste it, and New York State Parks apply. And you know it's a link because it's underlined, right? And I will center it. So now I've got some images, I've got some links, and we're going to start figuring out like how this is visually going together. Now I've got this green all the way through, but now I've kind of added this orange. That's about where I should kind of limit it. I mean, there's got some red there too, but I should probably limit it to about these colors. Really shouldn't be dropping purples or blues or, you know, the whole spectrum in here right now. We want it just to all kind of visually go together. So that's good for right now. So what do you want to take away from today? You want to take away the idea of the images, transparent backgrounds, vector type images, drop some pictures in, think about the colors and how they're unified, they're all going together, add some links in here that have to do with you or your chosen career or your interests. Okay? If you already have a website, if you have artwork online somewhere, this is where you could drop the link in. So that's about where we are on the website. And most importantly, when you're all done making changes, publish it. Okay? And it's going to show you the draft. This is what I've changed so far, and this is the original, and my mouse cord is getting stuck on stuff. So this is what I had. This is what I have now. You can kind of check it out. Yes, I want to commit to it, publish. And there's my site. And I can always go and check to see what it looks like on the internet by viewing the site, and there we go. All right? It's all right. It's not my favorite, but we're working on it. It's a work in progress, okay? So that's the idea, folks, and